Well, look who's finally joining the EV party. The UK just absolutely crushed it with a mind-blowing 58% surge in electric vehicle sales. Do you remember when EVs were just for fancy toy tech bros? Yeah, about that. We're looking at 38,500 EVs in a single month, making up a quarter of all new car sales. And the best part? This happened while all the skeptics were still arguing about charging points over their morning coffee. How exactly did we pull this off? Well, grab your favourite charging cable because this one is about to get interesting. Now, you've all been in this space long enough to remember seeing an EV on the road was actually like seeing a unicorn. I must admit, I used to get excited about every single digit market share growth. Those were kind of simpler times back then. But what we're seeing now? This isn't just growth, my friends. This is what happens when patience and persistence pays off. And yes, I see in the comments worried about charging points and grid concerns. But look, don't worry. We're about to break down exactly why those worries might be slightly outdated. So let's dive into 3 delicious nerdy factors that actually made this possible. First up, let's talk about infrastructure. And oh boy, did they go big here. We're talking about a 40% increase in public charging points in just 1 year. That's right, while everyone was doom scrolling about charging anxiety, the UK quietly dropped 71,459 charging points across the country. It's like somebody played SimCity but with EV chargers. Second, and this is where it gets really good, battery technology has gone from meh to magnificent. Remember the days when EVs could barely make it to the next city? Now we're casually cruising to 200 to 500 miles on a single charge. And here's my favourite part. The average UK commuter only needs about 30 miles per day. Talk about overachieving. Third, let's look at the money because this is where the magic happens. Yes, EVs on average still cost about £40,000 to £50,000 and I can hear the gasps in the audience. But this is a big but. EV owners are collectively saving £661 million per year. It's kind of like that friend who bought Bitcoin in 2010, except this investment actually makes proper sense. But here's where things get really spicy. Tesla's been having a bit of an identity crisis recently with a drop in sales of about 8%. But meanwhile, Chinese manufacturers are rolling in like they own the place and they're basically offering cars at half the price. So there's a plot twist. Our friend Ben Nelmez over at the new Automotive is crediting this to the zero emission vehicle mandate. 22% of all sales must be electric from January 2024. But here's something fascinating. It's actually fleet buyers leading this charge and not actually private buyers. And it kind of feels like deja vu from the smartphone revolution, doesn't it? But here's a fun fact that will make the skeptics squirm. A whopping 88% of all EV owners would buy another one. That's a higher loyalty rate than most marriages. And we're saving 900 million litres of fuel annually. That's nearly enough to fill up every swimming pool in Britain, maybe. But just think about it. If the fleet managers, the people who crunch numbers for a living, if they're going all in on EVs, what do they know that we actually don't? The UK is targeting 300,000 charging stations by 2030, which is basically turning the country into one giant charging pad. And speaking of ambitious plans, have you heard about what Ford's up to? Oh boy, they're about to make some serious waves. And if this is a story that really interests you, you really want to watch my next video. We're talking record-shattering numbers that will make today's stats look like rookie numbers. And if you're still on the fence about EVs, I get it. Change is pretty scary, right? But you know what's scarier? Missing out on the future while it's happening right in front of us. If you feel like that, drop a comment below with your biggest EV concern. Or better yet, if you're already an EV owner, share your I told you so moment. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.